business. YouTube, I got you. I'm sorry. I was on mute and nobody said nothing. Hey, YouTube, I see y'all. Can you hear me? Let me know if it's an echo, y'all, as well, because I'm logged into two channels with y'all. But if you're here in the chat, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, y'all talk to me and let me know what you do. So when you're telling me about what you do, tell me about that one business idea that you have that you want to start. Or if you have a business already and you've started it, but you want to make more money, tell me about that business. If you have multiple business ideas that you want to start, or you already run multiple businesses, tell me about that one business that you want to run or want to grow. Put it in order of priority. Which one is most important to you right now to get funding for it? Talk to me in the chat. Let me know what you got. I'm talking to whoever's talking to me. First come, first serve. You're welcome. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. By the way, I get paid for my conversation. I ain't charging y'all to be here, and I'm here for free. I just got off of a paid call to do the same thing, talking to you, Black woman. So, this is our safe space we've created on the web. When TikTok goes away, if TikTok goes away, we'll be on YouTube Live. That's why I got YouTube going. But I'm very conversational. So I love to chat with those of you who are here who would like my help finding, applying for, and winning grants. Um, hey, Miss V, I see you there. Tell me about your business live on YouTube with us. TikTok, I don't know what's going on. Y'all real quiet. So again, I'm talking to those who are talking to me. So if you are a Black woman with a for-profit small business and you are looking to find, apply for, and win grants, tell me about the business that you would like to win a grant for. What is that business or that business idea? Um, and again, if you're new here, my name is Dr. AJ Austin. I feel like I keep saying that. I'm just so used to doing it. But over at blackwomeningrants.com, I have a mentorship program. I just got off the phone with a call earlier with one of our mentees who is an attorney. Okay. And so we were talking all about what she needs grants for. And a lot of you guys, this would be a question I would ask, but y'all didn't even answer the first question. So I'm going to move on. Many of you need grants for things like marketing. So I want to help you out with this model and then I'm going to wrap up because y'all seem like the silent type tonight. And I don't like to feel like I'm on here begging for y'all to talk, begging to ask questions, begging to answer. Child, I get bored. I'm already sleepy, fighting a nap. So let me teach this and hop off. But if you're someone who needs help with something like marketing your business, I want you to think about the marketing efforts that you currently have going on. So, if you're already doing things like this, showing up on live streams, you're teaching, you're helping, you're educating, you're bringing awareness to what you already have going on in your business. You're trying to get more clients or customers on board. Maybe you're in the DMs on social medias talking to people, telling them about what you do. Like, go through all the free stuff that you're doing right now. And then map out what you would like to be doing. Like, would you like to be doing like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads? You know, the ads are everywhere now. Would you like to be sending out direct mail, doing some campaigning where you're sending out letters or postcards or coupons in the mail? And getting the postage like that taken care of. Let me think. Maybe you want to host some events where you offer free workshops and you're educating people on what you do, who you are, how to find you, how to do business with you. And you're just trying to again, just introduce more people to your businesses, products, and services. Well, grants can cover that. And so if you're in a place where, oh, I need to plug in my phone. I didn't even consider I should have charged my phone. That's why I know I ain't gonna be on here long with y'all. And y'all ain't talking anyway, so we're about to wrap up soon. But if you know you're in a place where you've been paying out of pocket, or even if you've been paying with your time out of pocket, like if you've been doing all the marketing, you've been doing all the live streaming, you've been doing all the mailing, the direct mailers, you've been in the inboxes, and you want to bring on the team. And so you can do that. You can bring on your own marketing team, maybe hire some social media managers. All of these are expenses that can be factored into your small business grant application. Did y'all know that grants could handle that? Does anyone here need a grant for something like that? Just put the word grant in the chat. Miss V said, I purchased the package and need to reach out to you, please. Miss V, just reply back to the email receipt that you got when you purchased. If you would like, you can also give me your first and last name and I can look up your information, because many of you guys have been with us in our mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. Many of y'all are coming up on your year. I just talked with one of our mentees. She got a month left and they ain't even did the program yet. So that's a good kick in the pants for getting going, right? So either email me back from the receipt from your purchase, or give me your first and last name in the chat and I will look you up, see how long you got left. But y'all have always been able to email me, talk to me, ask me questions about what you're learning in the mentorship, as well as, let me know what grants you're applying to, where you're stuck on the applications, etc. So let me see. I don't know. I'm going to log off of Facebook here. Am I? No, because I can't pull up YouTube. Hold on, YouTube. I hope I am not. Okay, let me get back to YouTube. Hold on. It looked like we're still on that. Okay. Okay, you said, okay, you started maybe 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. So what questions do you have, Veronica, Miss V, about what you've been learning in the program? You can ask me something directly. I know you said you have done some of the steps that are in the mentorship. Hello, Jen Guard. How are you, my dear? Welcome. Thank you for coming and talking to us. Everybody else is popping in and out. Can you hear me? Let me know. I don't know what's going on with TikTok tonight, but YouTube gonna be our place to be, I can see. So yeah, I was just talking to one of our mentees and she joined. She got 30 days left. She hasn't done the work. She's like, well, I just don't have the time. And then I just realized, so my assistant was like, well, if she said, give them this scenario. If I wrote you a $10,000 check and I said, meet me at the bank to come cash it, would you find the time in your schedule to do that? Because that's essentially what grants are. If I'm sitting here teaching you in this program how to go find this money, apply for it, and win it, you'll find the time if you really wanted that 10K check, right? And not just one check, but multiple that you can win on your own, because grants are free money. You don't have to pay them back. They're not loans. They're not based on your credit. You don't have to give up anything but time to apply. But most important, learning how to apply, because if you've never applied for a grant before, you may not know this, but and if you have applied for a grant and it's been a minute in between wins, they are really pretty simple when you know what you're doing. And so you want to spend time learning the skill of grants and how to apply, what to say on the application, which is why I tell you all the time, you don't need to try to hire a grant writer or pay anyone to do this for you. You got this. It's easy to learn. So I set up our mentorship where some of our trainings are like, I think our quickest training is like 12 seconds. Who doesn't have 12 seconds in their day to learn how to get grants to come to you? I just set up another way to be informed about grants as well. It took me maybe 5 seconds. It didn't take long at all. Thank you, Jen, for letting me know y'all can hear me. So yeah, if you're serious about finding the right type of grants and you're not looking for someone else to do the work for you, and you want to learn this as a skill, our videos, I got some audios in there. I think the whole week, it's a 5-part audio series. I think altogether it's 30 minutes. So it's like 5 parts, like 5 minutes here, 12 minutes here. So I don't want to hear the time excuse no more, because you find the time, like to, what they call it, habit stacking. So if you're washing dishes, if you're going for a walk, if you're driving, if you're using the toilet, If you in the shower, you could be doing your skincare routine and listening to the trainings. That's why I make it easily accessible on your Bopurtles, as my little niece used to call computers. Um, whether you're using your laptop, desktop, phone, tablet, iPad, it doesn't matter. So there are quick videos you can watch as you start to get acclimated to the world of grants, how they work, what they are, what they're not, setting your expectations to win. And if you're serious about it, it's not about quote unquote finding the time, but it's about making space in what you already do. So you can give up some of your TikTok scroll time, you know, you can give up some of the reality TV show time or whatever your guilty pleasure is. Maybe I know growing up, my mom really trained us very well. We used to sit and watch TGIF, the TGIF Friday night shows as a family. And anytime a commercial came on, we knew we had exactly 2 minutes to either go. I always had dishes to wash for the family right after dinner. So that's like 2 plates, rinse them, put them up. And then my brothers would call from the living room, it's back on. And I would know to run back in there. That's how I learned time management at a very young age. And before you know it, it's so many commercial breaks in a TV show back in the day that the dishes are washed by the time the show goes off. So habit stacking. We're already sitting here. We got some time. We don't want to sit and watch commercials. Let's go be productive. Or if you got to run upstairs, we used to keep piles of stuff that have to go upstairs at the edge of the stairs. So you got time to get the pile, run it upstairs, put it in your room, run back. Like it's little ways to trick yourself into getting this work done. Okay. And then when it comes to finding out the right types of grants for your business, you just have to make space for it in your calendar like you're serious about it, like anything else. So as I mentioned, if I'm telling you to meet me at the bank for 10K, you're going to find the way to do that. If you got kids, you're going to load them up in the car or call a babysitter. Hey, come watch the kids real quick. You can do the same thing when you're looking for grants, when you're doing the work in the mentorship, when you're applying for grants. Again, it's just about making time. So there are grants that came out today. We got our very new list a whole 2 days early. And I'm about to go through the list of grants after I get off here with y'all. But I make time. Yes, I want to be in the bed. Yes, I want to be asleep. I done ate. I got full. I got itis. I want to be in the bed scrolling TikTok. I ain't sleeping. I ain't going to go to sleep about 1 o'clock, but I want to lay in bed. But while I'm scrolling, a part of that scroll is going to be my list of grants. I know this is a hard truth. You know, our numbers drop off when I start telling y'all you got some work to do. And it's not homework per se. It's like work that's required if you want free money. Like, how dare you not want to do any work for it, right? So, in the chat, really quick, just tell me about your business. What is that business that you currently have that you're looking to win a grant for? Let me hear from at least one of y'all before I go. I don't know if my phone is going to make it. We're at 15%. We'll see. But if you want to tell me about your business, we can talk more about why you're looking for a grant. And I can really quickly help one or two of you guys reshape how you tell a grant that you want funding for your business. And by the way, it's easier to get grant funding for the mission behind your business. We call that your social impact or your community impact, meaning doing good in the hood. So creating programs that are going to help others. And it's not just about you. So even when it comes to finding grants or finding time to apply for grants or finding time to go through the mentorship program over at blackwomenandgrants.com, it's taking you out of that scenario and saying, okay, I'm showing up for the people who need me to win this money. They need me to show up because when I win, I'll be able to serve them at a deeper, higher level, more impactful, fulfilling more of my purpose. So that's what grants are. But again, it's a truth that a lot are not ready to talk about, that it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some time. My skin glowing. I see it in our Facebook Live. Got a little glow to me today. Anybody want to tell me about your business? Hello, Tanika says Hendricks. Welcome, my dear. Everybody say hey, Tay, or congratulations, Tay. Tay just won $3,500 in a small business pitch competition, among other things, of course, as per usual. Tay, did you get a notification? Did you reset your notifications? Let me know. We're live on YouTube. We're live on, we're blackwomenandgrants.com on YouTube. We're Black Women in Grants on TikTok. And I'm also on Facebook, which Lorraine is usually the one that joins us on Facebook. She's not here. Um, so I might stop going live on Facebook because don't nobody be on there with me. But Lorraine talking to me. And she is on TikTok as well. So she might be willing to switch on over and hang out. My font is really small on this TikTok live for some reason. Just based on what I've shared with you guys. Miss V, do you got any questions? Jengar, Tay, y'all got any questions or any topic y'all want to talk about before I go? My phone is at like 16%. It could give up at any moment it decides to. She is not charged. I was charging my baby tablet, my baby computer. She at 99%. I forgot to charge my phone. So I'm going to hang out with you for as long as I can. However, Ms. V says, I want to offer notary services, signings, fingerprint to people in the community. So I meet a lot of notaries. I meet a lot of, what do y'all call medical couriers. So for all of us to win grants, and Tay is a perfect testament of this. She's a swim instructor in New York, teaching little black and brown kids how to swim. And so she wins grants and her social impact speaks for itself, which how she's helping also not just the kids learn how to swim, but also training lifeguards and swim instructors. And a lot of her grant money is geared toward that. And so with any type of business, just like Tay's and anyone else's, you have to have a social impact. So if I ask you guys, if you wanted a grant, what would be your give back, your social impact? I'm hot, y'all, hot and cold. So talk to me about your social impact. Excuse me. Anybody have a cause that they want to support? A charity? A community initiative? Any give back efforts? Any pay it forwards? Like with Black Women in Grants, we have where women support each other all the time by paying for other women to go through our mentorship program to get my help learning how to find, apply for, and win grants. And we win grants for that. And so, who would be the group that you would help if a grant said pick a cause and we'll give you money to do it? Ms. B says how important it is to have a website. I won't say it will block you from winning a grant, but I wouldn't let it stop you from applying. Ashley Rankin, who has won $42,000, she's an organic skincare line owner. She didn't have a website when she won her first $10,000 in grants. She sent them to like her Etsy shop. You know, some people use their social medias in place of websites, but you will see that question on grant applications. Just put what you got, work on the rest, or put that you need help getting the website built out. That's why you're applying for the grant. So talk about how with the website, your customers can shop with you, or they can book online, or you can display your menu of services that'll also help other communities. Like for the blind, I just saw a video on TikTok where there was a waitress who was a really good sign languager. I don't know how to properly say that, but the customer was so excited because he usually had to depend on his wife to sign for him. So he got to talk to the waitress because she knew how to sign. That's a skill worth applying for grants for. So things like, you know, taking the classes to do that, or offering classes in the community, etc. What else? If you wanted to, you know, get your website going for people who are hard of hearing, you got the audio version of some of your services, or there's interpretation services on the site. Those are fundable website, grantable type of business projects or ideas. You said you're an advocate for teen mothers and you're a doula. You're a teen mom and you want to help teen moms the most. Says you like that, including in the grant. Absolutely, you can get a grant for that. So those are just a few ideas for reasons to apply for grants for. We dive deeper in uh, what we call your social impact, your community impact, your social purpose. That's all in the mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. So if you guys are looking for someone to hold your hand through the small business grant application process, I invite you to come join us in our mentorship program. We also have a monthly membership. We just had a call yesterday. And it was so cool because to see, I'm just witnessing everybody's growth, and some are out applying for grants like it's their job, some are out winning grants. They'll check in with me and be like, I'm not gonna be on the call, but here's my question. And we get to do that during the calls. Yesterday, our first person there got all the time. She got all my attention for the whole hour that we talked. And she was so excited because people are paying me for calls like that. She was like, I know this won't happen often, so let me take my moment, and she got everything she needed during that call. So even if it's me and you on the call, we're gonna have a ball. Amen. I heard them bars too. So what other questions do you guys have before we go? My website is blackwomenandgrants.com, and you can come join us if you want to be a part of the grant winners. We are now at $35,460 in wins at last count. I need to redo all of our numbers to make sure I'm including everybody. Um, but yeah, check it out, blackwomenandgrants.com. Would love to have you. If you're in the mentorship and you're coming up on your year or you're over a year, I do kick you out the program after a year. You should be good after a year, okay? It doesn't take a year to go through it though. It's only 24 hours worth of content in the program. But what that also means is that, like I mentioned earlier, the videos are 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, and you can really invest your time, taking your time, going through, learning what you need to really start winning grants for your business. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of blackwomenandgrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. So if you're new here, just put new in the chat and let me know if you have questions. The number one question I get is, can I get a grant for my business? The answer is yes. Regardless of what type of business you have, just having a good social mission to what you do, a community impact aspect where we call it social impact. That just means making sure you're advocating for your community, that you're picking a charity or a cause that you can tack on to what you already do in your business and apply for grants on behalf of that cause. Show them how you're working your business to meet the needs of your community as well for your give back. And that's how you stand out to win grants. Ms. V says, do you meet outside of the lives? I meet with y'all one-on-one now on our grant application strategy calls. And then we meet in the Grant Prep Academy membership twice a month. And then some of y'all email me and we meet there. And then I'm on the lives at least 3 times a week. I've been back to my Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Lately, it's been kind of in the evening time. So make sure you follow this page. We're Black Women in Grants. Make sure you're following the right page and turn those notifications on so you can get the invitation to come back and join us in the conversation. But yeah, if you're in the mentorship, you can always email me as long as it's about grants and what you're learning in the program and questions you got about the grants that you're looking to apply to. I'm happy to chat, happy to help. All right, y'all. Any other questions before we go? You just stumbled on the live. Welcome, Nisi. What's your business? All right, Miss D, send me an email if you need me. I am here. Just reply back to the same email address your receipt came to when you joined the program, or came from, my bad. And Nisi said, well, that's like how much time we got? Miss V, you can also just reply back to the email address I sent your access to the membership from, okay? Or the mentorship, my bad. Let me know if you have questions. I'm here. I'm getting cold now, so I'm going from cold to hot. So in the chat, if you just joined us, y'all are just supposed to be telling me about what you do. Ms. V, you said you did. You already replied back. Let's see. Um, but yeah, most people like talking nieces. So if you hurry and tell me what you do, we can talk about getting you a grant. Okay. This is Black Women in Grants, our online virtual safe space for Black women with for-profit small businesses to come and talk about money, to come and talk about the work they're doing, how to get grants for it. If you're on here, you're not a Black woman with a for-profit small business, thank you so much for supporting Black women. We love how y'all uplift us and pour into us and give back to us just by being here and helping our engagement. And so if you know a Black woman that can use this live, share it with her, tag her, tell her to be here. Forward her the link, tell her about the Black Women in Grants page, and have her come and join us in our upcoming live. Would love to have her here. Nisi says, help. Nisi, what are we helping you with? You got to tell me what your business is. What's your business, girl? Anyone else want to tell me what you do in your business, in that business that you want to win a grant for? And by the way, a grant will say, pick one thing. So they'll say one idea, they'll say one like project or mission that you really want to work on. They're going to say, tell us about that one thing. And that's what you'll be able to get help with finding, applying for, or winning a grant. Tay, you got any questions? Jen, what about you? Gloria, praise him always. Angela, what's y'all's questions? I see y'all on here. Y'all out there multitasking or on here ear hustling. Don't be weird. Talk to me. Say something. I'm about to wrap up in just a minute, but I know some of y'all just joined us. So if you want to talk about your business and how to win grants, say something. I'm hanging up on you. That's that remix to that Pink song. Pink used to be that girl. I'm on the covers now, y'all. I'm getting closer and closer to night. So what y'all got? I'm hot and I'm cold. So hurry up. Let's check. Let me see. You said I'm an educator with a nonprofit charitable organization. So this is for Black women with for-profit small businesses. So if you have a for-profit arm of that nonprofit, that would be something we can help you find grants for. Other than that, it's easy to find help for nonprofits. That's been the case. A lot of people think you got to be nonprofit to win a grant, but you don't, which is why I'm in the for-profit space. It's a lot easier to win a grant as a for-profit. It's a quicker process. And we dive into it in the mentorship program, the difference between nonprofits and for-profits, and the application process is a lot quicker on the for-profit side. It says you provide educational resource services to your students and the community. Got it. Tay applied for a $50,000 grant with 2 questions. That's interesting. Or you have 2 questions. Was it a 2-question application or you got 2 questions, Tay? Let me know. Make sure I understand it. I think my nail breaking. I'm waiting on y'all. What questions you got? Any questions? If not, we're about to wrap it up. Oh, it's a 2-question application. Don't scare me. I know a lot of people want the quick and easy route to winning a grant. 2 questions applications scare me because number one, I'm wondering is it legit? Because why you only got 2 questions and that's all you want to know to give me $50,000? That also means that it's going to be a higher application pool because people are like, oh, 2 questions. So it's more applications to filter through for the judges. But then it also means that, yeah, your essays, your answers have to be really good. But you know how to apply for these opportunities. So I ain't worried about you. I'm just thinking for people who are like, oh, which grant was that? Because I always teach just because they only have a few questions don't mean they're going to be quick to win or easy to win. But it always feels good that you applied, right? So I know you're glad you applied. You got one under your belt for the top of the month, and that is checked off your list. You ain't got to worry about it. Your application is in there. And so, did you apply because it was only 2 questions, or do you feel like it was easier? Let me know. DC says I'm looking for grants to support my Shopify store and apparel clothing line. Lisa, you got a lot going on. I see why you was like, well. So yeah, just like I was saying at the top of the live, you can win a grant for any type of business. You just have to have like a social cause attached to it. So, what type of mission does your apparel line support? What type of community work? You said, and I love it all. You should. I love when you got other ideas to play around with. Grants are going to want to know about the one idea that is top priority to you right now that you want to get funding for. So that's the one they're going to say, tell us about one idea, one business, and how we can help. So they don't ask you, pick a favorite. You can only have one business. They're going to say, which one do you need a grant for today? And I know it's all of them, but if you had to prioritize which one you want help with first, then you can build your framework for applying for grants around it and go win funding for all your businesses. You can also win multiple grants for one business. You can win a grant for all of your businesses. It just depends on the focus of the grant. Tay says, but in the fine print, there was a semi-rubric, so we're going to see. Good for you, Tanika says, Hendrix, reading that fine print. The rubrics help. Those are your literal guides for how to win. Like, they tell us how to get this money. And it also, that fine print tells you whether or not those opportunities are worth it for you to apply to. Yeah. I noticed when I started reading the rules and the restrictions and the regulations, I stopped applying for grants that weren't of the caliber that I was looking for. The higher amounts, the unique opportunities off the beaten path that they weren't going to have a lot of people applying to. Those are easier to win. So, but yeah, it just because they're 2 questions don't mean they're easy to apply for, easy to win. Don't even mean it's going to be quick to apply to, depending on the question they ask, because they could sometimes seem like trick questions. And then I've seen grants with not as many questions, but also it still was stuff on the application they wanted you to answer without them asking. So it's like you're trying to read in between the lines, like, what did they really ask? What do they really want me to say? So you need to be, really tuned in to what the purpose of the grant is and how to tie in your application. So go Tanika Sands Hendrix. Oh, what was her name? The doctor that I asked, did you know? She told me in our group that you were in her cohort. I was like, I know, she just told me she knew you. So it's pretty cool. Lisa says, my GPS apparel store sells items that supports the students that I sell in the community. Got it. Yeah. So yeah, you can win a grant for that. You just have to match your storyline with the grants that are out there giving away funding for something similar to what you do. So places like Amazon, like Etsy, their old Macy's, and what's that other apparel? I just seen a thing for it. It's another apparel brand, but they all have either grants or business accelerators or incubator programs tied to the fashion industry. Beauty industries do this as well. Um, Banking industries do that as well. So they have funding to support these types of programs to help you get your ideas up and running and get grants for it. So it is possible. So we dive into the different industries that can win grants, those that cannot, the types of social impact that you need to have applying for these grants. All of that is in our mentorship, Nisi. So come and join us over at blackwomeningrants.com. There's a scholarship to come join us tonight. You gotta hurry though. I'm about to go to sleep, honey. It's heavy on me. um, so the website is blackwomeningrants.com, and you can get there by clicking the link in our profile here on TikTok, or just type it in your browser on your Bupperta and claim your scholarship price. It's $197 to join us for the year. Hello on Facebook Live. How are y'all? What else? Oh, I've been giving bonus calls. I've been talking to some. That's really why I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of calls with y'all. So I've been giving a 90-minute bonus call to talk about your business and why you need a grant, what you want to use the grant for, how to position your business and your story to win grants, not just apply for them, not just learn about them for fun, not just because you're interested, but start winning like Tay. Tay has now added 2,000, wait a minute, what is it? 27,000. Told y'all I'm sleepy. $27,500 she has added to her revenue in her business from winning grants and contests and giveaways and small business pitch competitions and partnerships. So she just pitched last week and won $3,500, came back 3,500 richer, and she got some more awards on the way coming up for the remainder of this year. So it's a skill that you learn, you build on it, you keep applying, keep believing in your mission, keep talking about those that you are serving, your community impact, and getting help. Don't try to do this yourself, DIY, piecemeal it. Also, don't think it's something that you can skip through. Tay, I think I did. Hold on, let me get my numbers. You know, I have to keep up with you because, girl, all this winning is hard to keep up with. Let me see. Got my little file over here on you. So I've been trying to keep up with our numbers. I'm running out of space, so I need to redo our numbers. So you won $5,000 from Lenovo for the technology grant. You got your new computer, new laptop, new desktop, new tablet, new Fitbit. We got that. You check that out. You won $5,000 from the local grant a couple weeks ago. That's 10. You won, what was the other? Oh, $5,000 from the pitch competition, your first pitch competition. That's 15. You got 5K coming in a couple weeks. That's 20. You won $1,000 in 60 seconds for the virtual pitch competition. That's 21. You won 200 in another pitch competition. That's 21 2. You did a $3,000 partnership. That's 24 2. And then you just won your 3,500. So that's 700 there. There's 7 and that's 2. So that's $27,700. Did I get it all? Did I miss something? Let me know. I'm trying to think. I think that's it, Tay. $27,700. My math is actually mathing. So I'm gonna go through and rewrite our numbers because we got some new winners as well. With Peaches, who just won $9,500 in a small business pitch competition. Facebook, I'm signing off. Y'all are boring dry. But if you're watching this replay, say hey in the chat. Bye. um, so Peaches won $9,500 for her restaurant. And then I just know it's some more people. Like I can feel it when y'all about to come back home and report your wins. Amen. So I'm excited about that. Show is like that 27-7. That's how I'm gonna remember that. 27-7. Wait a minute. Is that right? Yep, 27-7. So those are your winnings so far. And you need to, I know your bigger goal is 300,000. So just every time you win, just deduct that from that win. So do the math. Let's do the math on that. Let's see. Because you got your grant goal. Find me a big old calculator here. $300,000. There we go. and you've won 27,700. You only have $272,300 left to win. See how that works? The math be mathing sometimes, you know? But it's encouraging. I'm a numbers person when it comes to like counting down and then watching progress. And that's why I keep up with y'all's wins and how much they are and rehearse it every time I share it. Because I like to see the growth. I like to see the numbers, especially when they're decreasing and you're getting closer to that goal. So that's a great way to stay motivated to know how much more in wins you want under your belt. And that's a driving force. Like, okay, let me keep going. Hit that first six figures, hit that second six figures. And so I don't know about y'all, but that motivated me. If you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin. I personally won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. I now help Black women, for profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants for their Black woman owned for profit small business. Um, I feel like I want to go for a walk for some reason. Um, we'll see. Trying to fight sleep, so I don't go to bed too early and just be a nap, and then I can't uh, stay up or can't go to sleep. Be up like talking to Tay in WhatsApp. So it's pouring. It was pouring for 2 straight days here around this time, so I may want to rethink it. Maybe I need to get on the treadmill instead of walking in the neighborhood. I want a snack though, like I could walk to go get me. One of the restaurants had. Oh, Tay, you were here. The Ethiopian restaurant sells tiramisu, and that's my favorite. But then the store down from it sells tiramisu ice cream. I just had that. I don't need no more, but that's my favorite. So I'm having a battle in my mind. They say that's food noise. I don't know what it is, but I just know I got a taste for something. Okay. So that's what I'm about to go do. Any questions before I go solve this dilemma? Y'all let me know. Into questions. Yeah, it's been real, like, punishable hot. It's like God want us to get a message across or something. Making sure we understand summer. Because I know I just open the door to go, like, check the mail or pull the garbage can in or take the garbage out. That's about between that and just doing a quick walk around the block. Shut up in the house. Um, because heat strokes ain't no joke. You gotta stay hydrated. So, but I will leave for food. That's probably what I go to. It's time to go grocery shopping. We'll see how that works out. Any final questions before I go? Let me know. YouTube, any questions? I'm about to log y'all out because I always forget that I'm live on YouTube. So I don't want to leave y'all recording, not being here talking to myself and stuff. Y'all be like, is she all right? No. But either way, let's move on. Oh, I was watching that Tracy Ellis Ross travel show. I got bored though. I'm like, I don't want to just sit and watch somebody else do it. I want to have my own experiences. Let me get up. But I do like how she vlogs her adventures. YouTube, I am logging off. Thank y'all for joining me. Bye.